Okay, today I am taking one problem. It was asked in JEE Main exam and it was asked in JEE Main 2021. Okay, shift 1. It was asked and question is from laws of motion. If you see here, you can see the question says the coefficient of static friction between a wooden block of mass 0.5 kg and a vertical rock wall is 0.2. So coefficient of friction is 0.2. The magnitude of horizontal force that should be applied on the block to keep it adhered means to keep it fixed to the wall will be dash Newton. So you need to find the force applied force on the block to keep it adhered or fixed to the wall. Okay, you need to find the force. Now, if you see the diagram, see here, this is your wall, this part is your wall. If you see here, this is wall. Now, in wall, some external force is applied to this block. To this block, external force, let us say capital F, is applied on this block so that it remain fixed or adhered to this wall. It remain fixed to this wall. So this force applied force on this block keep this block fixed to this wall means it is not sliding down neither moving up, it is just fixed. Okay, so let us see all the forces. See here 0.2 frictional force. So sorry, 0.2 is your coefficient of friction. So since coefficient of friction is present, so these two surfaces are not smooth, they are rough surface. So there exists frictional force. Now frictional force. Let us see frictional force at first. Now we need to find okay what are the forces acting on this block. Total forces acting on this block. All the forces that are acting on this block we need to find. Now, since this block has some mass, let us say m, mass of the block is m, then mg, weight of the block is acting vertically downward. Now, let us see other forces acting on this block. Definitely frictional force, which is acting in this upward direction. Now, frictional force. Let me show it here. This is frictional force. I will denote by small letter f. So, frictional force is acting in upward direction. Okay, this is your frictional force. I am denoting it by small letter f. Now, since this applied force, if you see here applied force, now there exists normal okay between these two contact surface which is acting in opposite direction. I'll explain that is in accordance with Newton third law. See, this is normal which is acting in opposite direction. Normal is produced due to interaction of charged particle in contact, or you can say atom which are in contact between these two surfaces. Now I'll show it here. See here. If this is both or this block, okay, block. If you do not apply force, it will fall down. It will slide down. Okay. Now if you apply force, see if you apply force here, what will happen? It is fixed. Now it is not sliding. What is the reason? See what is the reason? It is the I have taken it white so maybe it's not visible. Also here, I think you can see it here. Let me do it here again. Now see, this, if this is your block, this is your block. Now you have applied some force so that it is not sliding down. Now let us see what are the forces acting. See here, with this palm I have applied some force. That is external force I have applied. Now I'll show it here. See, I have applied this force with this my body. I have generated force and I have applied to this uh, block. Now what will happen? See, this is applied force. Now when it comes into contact, now there will be contact between my palm and this surface. Now whenever two surfaces they are pressed upon each other, then there exists normal force. Now normal force exists between my palm, this surface, and this block. This I have taken as example. Now see, you have applied force and this normal existing between due to the contact between these two surfaces. Now for this block normal will act in this direction means it will act in inward direction. Okay, it will act inward direction, but Now for this, my palm, it will act in opposite direction. So this F and this normal, it is cancel. So my palm is not moving. Net force on my palm is 0. See F and normal is acting in opposite direction. So in my palm, net force is 0. Because since my palm is not moving, its acceleration is 0, means net force should be 0. Summation F equal to ma Newton's second law, and this problem is from laws of motion. Now see here, I have applied force F. Now due to normal reaction between this surface and my palm surface, that normal reaction has cancelled the applied force. So my palm is not moving. Net force is 0. See here. Now this other end, let us see. This is your wall. Now you have applied force like this. Now it is such that it is fixed. Now let us see the forces acting on this block. Now see this, there will be normal force. Normal force, already you have seen there will be two normal force in this case. Now since this, if you see here, first is normal force between palm and this block, and again normal reaction between this wall and this block. Now see this region, exterior region, normal force, and again in this portion, means this inner portion also there exists normal force due to contact between this surface and this wall. So there are two normal force in this case whose value is same, and this is due to the contact between the block and palm. Similarly, block and wall. Okay, whenever two body comes in contact, then there exists normal force due to interaction between the charged particle lying on those surfaces. Okay, so if you see for this block, normal reaction, it is acting in where? Opposite direction here, and again from that palm, external force was applied, that normal reaction is in this direction. So net force acting on this block, again it is 0. Okay, net force is 0 in horizontal direction. Net force should be 0 so that it won't move, right? Because otherwise if net force is not 0, then it will have some acceleration and it will move, and the condition is body is not moving, it should be fixed on that wall, it should adhere on that wall. Now since this block is not moving, again for Nepali student I want to explain in Nepali. See here, नेपाली स्टुडेन्टहरू यहाँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ, यो मैले यो पेन टेपको पेनलाई चाहिँ यो ब्लक, यो जुन यो बक्स छ पेन राख्ने पेन कभर, यो पेन चाहिँ यो बक्स चाहिँ तपाईँको यहाँ जस्तै यो वाल भयो, यो मेरो यो हात चाहिँ वाल भयो, यो मेरो एक्सटर्नल फोर्स भयो, एप्लाइड फोर्स यो हात चाहिँ मैले यसरी एप्लाई गरेँ, यो वाल छ होइन, यसरी यो उयो भयो, यो वाल हो राइट साइडको, यहाँ यो वाल हो, यसरी यो चाहिँ किन यो चाहिँ झरेन त भन्दाखेरि यहाँ फोर्स बुझ्नुपर्ने हुन्छ हामीले। यहाँ हेर्नु, यो एप्लाइड फोर्सलाई यो अब जब यो पाम र यो पेनको यो बक्स छ, यो चाहिँ जब कन्ट्याक्टमा आयो तब के हुन्छ त, चार्ज पार्टिकल यो दुईवटा सर्फेसको कन्ट्याक्टमा आइसक्यो, त्यहाँ नर्मल रिएक्सन हुन्छ, ठिक छ, नर्मल फोर्स भन्छौँ हामी, जुन चाहिँ चार्ज पार्टिकलको इन्टरेक्सनमा एक्जिस्ट हुन्छ। अब यो पाममा लगाएको एक्सटर्नल फोर्स र यो नर्मल ब्यालेन्स हुन्छ र यो पाम मुभ गर्दैन, किनभने नेट फोर्स छ भने त अब्जेक्ट मुभ गर्छ, किनभने एक्जिलेसन हुन्छ, अब्जेक्ट मुभ गर्छ, तर नेट फोर्स 0 छ यहाँ, त्यही भएर एक्जिलेसन छैन। यो पाम पनि के छ त, रेस्टमा छ नि त, यहाँ यसो गरेपछि रेस्टमा छ। त्यसै गरी यो ब्लक, यो वालमा चाहिँ तपाईँको के भइरहेछ भन्दाखेरि यो दुईवटा सर्फेस कन्ट्याक्टमा छ। अब दुईवटा सर्फेस कन्ट्याक्टमा हुने बित्तिकै नर्मल हुन्छ, नर्मल अब एउटा चाहिँ यो ब्लकलाई लाग्ने भयो, अर्को चाहिँ यो पाममा लाग्ने भयो, इक्वल एन्ड अपोजिट नर्मल हो कि। अब तपाईँको त्यो चाहिँ न्युटन थर्ड लले भन्छ है। अब न्युटन थर्ड लमा पनि मैले अस्ति पनि एक्सप्लेन गरेको छु, दुईवटा बडीमा एक्जिस्ट हुन्छ त्यो फोर्स, सेम बडीमा लागेको छ भने त्यो टु फोर्सेस आर नट एक्सन रियाक्सन पेयर। ओके, दुईवटा अलग अलग बडीमा लाग्नुपर्छ र नेचर अफ फोर्स सेम हुनुपर्छ। यहाँ हेर्नु, यसमा पनि नर्मल लाग्छ र यो पाममा पनि नर्मल लाग्छ। अब यो दुईवटा नर्मल चाहिँ क्यान्सल हुँदैन नि फेरि यो पाम र यसको, किनभने यहाँ पाममा लागिरहेको छ, यहाँ यो ब्लकमा लागिरहेको छ, यो क्यान्सल हुँदैन। तपाईँको यही ब्लकमै आउँ हामी। अब यो नर्मल रियाक्सन यो ब्लकमा यतापट्टि लाग्छ, यो वाल र यो सर्फेसको बिचको नर्मल रियाक्सन यो डाइरेक्सनमा लाग्छ भने तपाईँको यो जुन यो पेन छ र यो पाम जुन एप्लाइड फोर्स हो, जसबाट नर्मल प्रोड्युस भयो, यहाँ कुनै पनि दुईवटा बडीहरू चाहिँ एक आपसमा यसरी प्रेस हुन्छ तब नर्मल रियाक्सन त्यहाँ प्रड्युस हुन्छ ड्यु टु इन्टरेक्सन अफ चार्ज पार्टिकल। अब तपाईँको यो पामले चाहिँ यहाँ गर्दाखेरि यो नर्मल रियाक्सन तपाईँको यो पाममा लाग्यो उता अनि एप्लाइड फोर्स त्यो क्यान्सल भयो, पामको पाटो भइहाल्यो, पाम रेस्टमा छ। अब यो यसमा चाहिँ यो नर्मल यो पामलाई यता लागेपछि यसलाई यता लाग्छ, न्युटन थर्डलाई अपोजिट डाइरेक्सनमा लाग्छ। नेचर अफ फोर्स पनि सेम भइहाल्यो, दुइटै नर्मल भयो अनि दुइटा अलग अलग बडीमा लाग्ने बित्तिकै यो एक्सन रियाक्सन क्लियर भयो अनि इट अकर्स एट द सेम टाइम। दुइटै सेम टाइममा भएपछि यो एक्सन रियाक्सन क्लियर पनि भयो। अब तपाईँको यो यसमा यतापट्टि नर्मल लाग्यो यो ब्लकमा अनि यो वालले गर्दाखेरि नर्मल यतापट्टि लाग्यो, सो दुईवटा नर्मल के गर्छ त एक आपसमा क्यान्सल हुन्छ। नेट फोर्स यो ब्लकमा जिरो छ होराइजन्टल डाइरेक्सनमा, सो होराइजन्टल्ली यो ब्लक मुभ गर्दैन। अब त्यसै गरी भर्टिकलको लागि यहाँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईँले, यहाँ हेर्नुभयो भने यहाँ फ्रिक्सनल फोर्स र एमजी यो वेट र फ्रिक्सनल फोर्स। अब फ्रिक्सनल फोर्स यो माथि लाग्ने भयो अनि वेट तल लाग्ने भयो, एक आपसमा क्यान्सल हुन्छ र नेट फोर्स जिरो हुन्छ। अनि भर्टिकल्ली पनि मुभमेन्ट हुँदैन, तब के हुन्छ र यो एडर्ड हुन्छ, यहाँ फिक्स्ड हुन्छ। इट वन्ट मुभ अप एन्ड डाउन अर नाइदर ब्याक एन्ड फोर्थ, ओके, इट वन्ट मुभ। सो द्याट इज द कन्डिसन। नाउ लेट अस सल्भ दिस प्रब्लम, how much answer we'll get, okay. So this was asked in JEE main, okay, यो JEE main मा सोधिएको क्वेशन हो। नेपाली स्टुडेन्टहरू जो जो आयो प्रिपेयर गर्नु हुँदैछ NEB को न्युमेरिकलहरू सायद अरू कन्सेप्टहरू पनि जो जो प्रब्लम छ यहाँहरूले यो भिडियो हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। यो लज अफ मोसनको इम्पोर्टेन्ट क्वेशन हो है। अब नाउ लेट अस सल्भ दिस प्रब्लम। सो एट फर्स्ट फ्रिक्सनल फोर्स, if you see frictional force, I'll do it here, this portion I'll do it here। फ्रिक्सनल फोर्स हाम्रो म्याक्सिमम भ्यालु अफ फ्रिक्सन जहिले पनि म्यु एन हुन्छ है, म्यु एन हुन्छ, एन भनेको नर्मल हो। अनि म्युको भ्यालु दिएको छ, 0.2 दिएको छ। अब नर्मल चाहिँ यहाँ सुन्नु, यो एफ र एन बराबरी भयो भने मात्र यो यताउता दायाँ बायाँ मुभ नगर्ने भयो है यो, किनभने यो नर्मल यतापट्टि यो नर्मल ब्लकमा लागिरहेको छ अनि यो एफ यो पामले लगाएको फोर्स अनि जसबाट प्रड्युस हुन्छ नर्मल, त्यो नर्मल भनौँ अथवा यो फोर्स एफ भनौँ, किनभने त्यो नर्मल र यो एफको भ्यालु सेम छ। अब त्यस कारणले पाम मुभ गरिरहेको छैन, अघि मैले त्यो उसमा एक्सप्लेन गरिसकेँ। Now if you apply this force F, then F and N, this N is acting in this direction for this block. Let us see this block only, okay. In free body diagram, if you see, you have to take one object, you have to isolate the given body, okay. You have to isolate the given body, you have to focus all the forces acting on that body and you have to solve the problem. See here, F is acting in this direction and normal reaction is acting in this direction. This force and this normal reaction will cancel each other and then net force in horizontal direction will be 0. It means that F should be equal to N. So in normal you can substitute F. So frictional value, maximum frictional force value, you will get 0.2 N, okay. Now again the condition is, see, in order this object not to move, okay, this object move नगर्नको लागि for that condition again if you see this frictional force and this mg should cancel each other, so that net force in vertical direction is 0, so that body is adult, body is fixed. So you can write F is equal to, that is frictional force is equal to weight of the body, so that net force in vertical direction for this body, net force in vertical direction for this body get cancelled, F and mg get cancelled, okay. Horizontal should also cancel, but vertical should also cancel, so that body is remain fixed on the wall or adult, you can say. Now if we substitute what we'll get, now if you see in this equation, if you see, I will write equation 1 F, if you see what is the F, is equal to n is there. So f is equal to n. If you see equation 1, in place of n you can write f max by 0.2. F max by 0.2. It means maximum value of friction is mg. Mass is given 0.5. Mass is given 0.5. So 0.5 into g. See here, F max equal to mg. G is 10. Acceleration due to gravity divided by 0.2. So this will be equal to 5 divided by 0.2, and that is equal to 50 divided by 25. 2 is 25 Newton. Okay, 25 Newton is your answer. So what is your answer? 25 Newton. This is your correct answer. Okay, this is your correct answer, because the magnitude of horizontal force, they have asked magnitude of horizontal force to keep it added on the wall, that is 25 Newton. I hope that you have understood this concept. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.